Here we
How's
go.
my double chin? Okay.
You're good. Well, hello, everybody. This is a new show that we're starting here on Wednesdays, hopefully every Wednesday. I'm Doc G of Hamilton Radio Oldies. I want to welcome these two people that are co-hosts for the shows, but this show is called The Mayor of Rock and Roll and Friends. And I have the Mayor of Rock and Roll, Sal Serchia, right here.
Yeah,
and Fran Sanira, right?
Yeah, right. You got it.
Welcome to your show. This is
Yeah.
your show.
I didn't know it was called the Mayor of Rock and Roll.
Fran did that.
Yeah,
Fran,
you're the mayor of rock and roll. You got to have your name on there.
I thought it was the Gene Show. I didn't know.
Well, it's the Gene Show too.
Oh, there's like a special edition.
Yeah, you're a special.
However you want to do it, but we're live and in person, and comments are welcome by everybody. Welcome. We're on Hamilton Radio Oldies. We're on iHeart. We're on Live 365. We're on TuneIn Radio. We're on Alexa and Google devices. We're on Roku. We're on Fire Stick, and everywhere else I put us in the last 28 years. So
we're all over the place.
All over the place.
We're spread all over the world, Sal. Wow.
It's amazing how these days you could just sit in your living room in a recliner and be seen all over the world. Isn't that amazing?
Right?
The future, baby.
It's crazy. It's crazy when you think about it. Doctor's appointments, everything.
I love it. It's great. You can see the world through the lens of the cameras or the computers. It's crazy. Wow.
So tell us, Sal, how you got started first.
Oh my goodness.
As a musician and what you've done, but how you got noted as the mayor of rock and roll.
Oh, well, as the mayor of rock and roll, that's a different story. I always did, music since I was like 16, 17. But the mayor of rock and roll thing started, that was an article in 1992. I was out there playing for years and years and years before that even happened. And which now is the girl who did that article is called Paradise Extra. Her name was Sam. She's now married to my old guitar player, but she wasn't with him at the time. They met during this time. So, playing the China Club and all that stuff, and she came to see us. And, I'm on the stage. I'm always, hey, what's up? Hey, I know everybody and all that. So she did an article in a thing called Paradise Extra. She had a music paper going on. And, she did that article, and I actually, it could have been forgotten about a long time ago, but I made copies of it. And I would make thousands of copies, Xerox. And then every time I played any show, I would put them on all the tables for people to read, And now I just send it to people right in text messages. But years ago, you had to put them in all the clubs, flyers, and all that, But but did you want to know how it all started, or with music? You mean as a kid, or the mayor of rock and roll thing?
I think everybody wants to know how you started.
Oh,
however you want to put that.
Mention the neighborhood, Sal. Come on, you got a lot of those people.
Give them shout outs too. Cheryl just said hi, Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl.
Cheryl, who's Cheryl?
Cheryl Dobbins.
Oh, how was Cheryl? I
She's
thought
right
somebody
there.
like a different country or something like that. Beanie said we're all over the world, so I figured maybe Cheryl from Italy, or I'm only kidding. Cheryl, babe, what's going on?
So tell Gene where you started, what town, where you are.
Oh, okay, here we go. All right.
She went like what?
From the time I was born and raised, we have gone through every phase. The life I went through before keeps knocking at my door. Yeah, man. I try to tell people all the time. I said, money don't get everything. It's true, but I don't get I could use. Don't listen to that. Okay, going back to 1960.
Wow.
First 1960, I was born in Brooklyn, East New York. Right?
Correct.
And then, I got music. I loved music as a kid. My brother was older than me. My brother Tony's 6 years older than me, and I've told the story so many times, but I still screw up. No, he was like 6 years older than me, so he was already, in the 60s. The Beatles came out, and we were waiting for the Beatles on Ed Sullivan show and all that stuff. And I grew up loving music, and in 1975 we moved to Ozone Park, Queens, Richmond Hill.
All right, Richmond Hill. Shout out.
Frends.
My old neighborhood.
That's your old neighborhood, huh?
So 75 I moved to that neighborhood, and my brother played guitar. I didn't play anything or sing anything, but me and my brother were upstairs, and he's always playing the guitar. He's playing really loud, And the next door neighbor, John Burroughs, like, yo, by the window, who's playing? And I look out the window. I said, my brother playing. He goes, I play drums. Oh, we got a jam, this and that. So that all started. That was so started every Sunday. My brother and John, like maybe for like twice, they played, and I was like, oh man, I got to do something. I want to play with these guys. What do I do? So I said to my brother, what could I play to join in? He said, why don't you get a bass? This way I'll teach you a little bit. He showed me a few things, and we would go out there every Sunday and jam. Some of the videos are on YouTube from like 1976. I adapted pretty quick. I never had a lesson in my life. I just picked it up. I was born with the ear,
You're a musician.
Yeah. I'm born. I could hear a song, going on the radio. I already know what the chords are in my head. I could pick up the guitar and start playing it.
That's so cool.
So I never had a lesson. No singing lessons. No guitar lessons. No bass lessons, and no drums. And I play all those instruments. I'm not great at all of them, but I play them all. Good enough to write songs.
You play good. I see it. I hear it.
Yeah.
Friend, what'd you say?
I said you play good. I see all your videos. I mean, they're great. Anybody wants to see what Sal does and what he did, you go on his channels. I mean, he's got great. You give them your channels later so they can go on.
So on YouTube, there's over 400 videos of everything. There's music videos, talk shows, TV shows, acting. I've done it all. The only thing I've never done was stand-up comedy, and it's probably
I think you should.
I probably would have been bigger doing stand-up comedy.
Nah, you were good at music and movies.
People say I'm naturally funny. I'm putting the air conditioner on because I'm hot and starting to sweat. Yeah, baby. The air conditioner doesn't disturb anything, does it?
No, I don't.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
Fran, do you have any questions for Sal?
Well, Sal knows. Sal doesn't remember when he met me in the Richmond Hill days. I knew Lisa Leone. She was best friends with me too. We were good friends, and her and Sal were best friends. He don't remember coming on the stoop with me because the stoop, you hear it? The stoop in Queens. I sat on the stoop.
On the stoop.
And he don't remember because he's still not in the head. But anyway, I remember him coming there, sitting there with me with Lisa, and he was singing. He doesn't remember this. I don't know what happened, but that's how I remember Sal. The last thing I hooked up with, I said, Sal, do you remember me? He goes, no, I really don't. I go, you're Lisa's friend, right? He goes, yeah. You remember sitting on my stoop? He goes, I think so. Richmond Hill? I'm like, yeah. So then, Sal, do you remember when you came on the stoop with Lisa, you sang a song? And I think that was a song from the Ramones, I think it was.
When you sent me a picture of you when you were younger, it started to come back to me a little bit. Because, you know.
But Sal is definitely music oriented. Lisa is involved with the music industry, and that's how I figured they're connected. So that was amazing.
Oh yeah, a ton of stuff like Sal says on YouTube. Can you pick like one or two things where people can, generally check you out like first?
Yeah.
What
two things? Yeah, YouTube. Yeah.
I mean, there's over 400 things.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Can you narrow it down to like two where they can get used to you first and then absorb the rest?
Tell them about your song, your famous song. Oh my God, I love it.
There you go.
Can't Live Without You.
Oh, I love that song. It's my favorite. Yes, that was his number one hit. That was his hit.
Well, I mean, it was. I didn't get it. I almost got signed with the RSL Records because of that song.
Wow.
And that, Robert Stigwood. You remember Robert Stigwood? He passed away.
Yeah.
The Bee Gees manager. He owned RSL Records.
Right.
And he was you know, he did all those movies, Saturday Night Fever, Breeze.
Yep.
It's his production. And James Daly was his A&R guy. You know, James Daly was Andy Gibbs' manager.
Oh.
And he saw us at the China Club, and he loved the song as soon as he heard it. And then we became friends. You know, we started chatting. I would go down to his RSO Records and hang out with him. And he loved the song "Can't Live Without You." How it was? This is what happened. When I first met him, he heard the song on the stage. Then I brought him a demo cassette tape at the record company. He heard the demo. He said, "That's really good, really good." Then he said, "What else he got?" So I went home, wrote some more songs, made another tape, went back to this, but I put "Can't Live Without You" on there again. So he listened to the new songs, and then "Can't Live Without You" came on. He goes, "Wow, this is a cover, right?" I said, "No, this is one of my originals." He goes, "But why do I know this song? I feel like I've heard it before." I said, "Because you did hear it when we played at the club." He goes, "That's the sign of a hit song. If I heard it before and I already hear it, I know it again."
Yep, that is right.
That's what he said. So he said, he said he was to talk to Robert Stigwood, and Robert Stigwood said, "Well, James, if you think that's a hit song, let's sign him." You know, he said, and we were going to sign a major record deal, but then things got in the way. The record company folded in the process of wanting to sign us. What happened was he invested millions of dollars in a whole bunch of old records, and you know, Jethro Tull stuff and 10 Years After stuff, and he re-released stuff, and it didn't make the money back. So the record company folded, but he still had the movie company. You know, they still did the movies. I remember going over there one time after the record company folded, and what's her name? Meryl Streep was inside up there playing some piano that she was doing some music for some movie they were doing. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the story with that "Can't Live Without You." But the thing is, you know, great song never dies. If you look on YouTube, there's tons and tons of young new artists who have covered it.
Yeah, I saw that. Yes,
in all different styles. You know,
right.
country styles, pop
That is
styles,
so
rock
cool.
styles,
So cool.
yeah, dance styles. You know, I
Yeah.
have a SoundCloud. It's on
But
SoundCloud.
Sal does it the best.
That's what everybody tells me. You know,
I loved it.
everybody says that. I mean, you know, it just goes back to when you think, you know, you say to yourself, nobody could sing your song as good as you.
That's right.
Wow.
Only the Beatles were a band that would take people's songs and make it better.
You created it, you sang it, you owned it. I always say sometimes when people make things over, I don't like it. Be honest with you. I like the original person, the original group, the original everything. That's how I look at my music. I like everything original. I mean, maybe once in a while someone will come in and do that and I like it, but with your song, I listened to all the different variations that were on, you know, I didn't like it. I liked yours.
That's Paul. That's my friend Paul. That a little picture on the side. That means that those are the people that are tuned in.
Yes.
When
you see the comments, that means people are watching and they're tuning in and they're clicking on it and they're saying something to us.
I really did this on my computer instead of the phone, but everything is so small, and my eyes are so damn blurry from my old age. And I just saw my friend Paul's big face right there. I said, "Wait, that's Paul. Paul,
It's
what's
okay.
up, brother?"
It's okay, because what I'll do is I'll put in, I'll give shout outs. Shout outs to what's his name? Paul
Speakers.
Paul Speakers, Fran, Maria Furman says hi.
Yeah, that's my sister.
Hey, Maria. Dodie Augustine, she's been a friend of mine. God, we've go back into when I started the station in the early 90s. She was one of my first listeners and still listens today. That means you got to be telling me there's something going on with that, you know?
Well, that's your following. Those are the people that stick with you because you're so good and what you do. When you're so good at what you do, people are going to stay around. And, you know, I always say that, you know, when you're done and you know, when you're just getting better, and you got great shows. I watched them a lot.
Oh, thank you.
I'm not sleeping, because sometimes you come up a little later and I'm half sleeping by 8:30.
That's okay.
But I watch them.
Oh, that's great. So
now, you know, Paul's listening. Friend, Paul's from the neighborhood as well, you know.
Oh, okay.
From your neighborhood.
Who is it? Paul who?
Paul Speakers.
Oh,
He used to live in what's that, 126th Street,
okay.
right off of Rockaway Boulevard.
All
but
right.
was the whole crew. I mean, he was at my house all the time. Paul Fran was on 111th Street.
111th Street. Yeah. I actually grew up with, believe it or not, everybody don't understand the story. I dated all the rock and roll guys in Queens, the long hair, the guitars. I just loved the rock and roll guys. But I did like to go to the high school dances and dance, disco, whatever. That was the thing. I liked the dancing. But with Richmond Hill, believe it or not, there's a lot of people that came out of Richmond Hill. Music, acting that nobody realizes. Okay, yeah. Cyndi Lauper went to my high school. She went to Richmond Hill High School. There was a lot of people from Richmond Hill. And for some reason, the music scene in Richmond Hill was amazing. And look, Sal came out of it too.
Yeah, I don't know how well I came out. I came out of something.
You came out sideways, but you came out.
Yeah.
So Sal, tell us more about your stuff. Go ahead.
Yeah, tell us more. And then the mayor of rock and roll, how you became that.
Tell them who you know. Blow their minds with who you know. Come on, tell them.
Who I know?
Who you know? Who is your best friends in the rock and roll?
Is there anybody I don't know?
You showed me all them pictures. Oh my God.
Yeah, all the pictures. I know. I mean, it's like funny. You start dropping names of who I know, but I mean, I know everybody from, and how it all started was, I mean, up till 1984 or 83, I really didn't know anybody except for my regular, friends, neighborhood kind of friends. But you're talking about knowing people in the industry and famous people, like stuff like that.
Like who your friends who you used to hang out with?
I ever met that actually made a record on Atlantic Records was a friend of mine, Frank Carrillo. He produced 2 of our songs. Paul knows him as well. And he was on Atlantic Records. And that alone was like, ooh, we know somebody who actually made an album, a couple albums. But then, I was playing the clubs. I was playing CBGBs and February's. And I worked in the video store on 115th Street and Liberty Avenue there. And a friend of mine my friend Johnny came in with a friend of his, Richie. And on the shelf, we had the videos and the music videos. And there was a video of Julian Lennon, Stand By Me, it's called, right? Mm-hmm. So Richie says, he points at the video, goes, oh, this guy Julian Lennon was at my club last night. I said, he was at your club? Who? Where? What club? What are you talking about? He says, a new club called the China Club just opened up a few weeks ago. Mm-hmm. And he says, there's all kind of rock stars come and hang out, movie stars. I said, you're kidding me. I said, okay. All right. I said, listen, man. I said, if Julian Lennon comes tonight, I want you to call me no matter what time I'm going to come down to this club. Right? So I'm home. It's like snowing out. And I tell this story all the time, right? I mean, I did that last time with Frends. And it's snowy. It's a cold night. And it's like I'm sitting with my mom living on 112th Street and right between 109th and 107th Avenue. Mm-hmm. And I said, I guess he's not going to call, I said, I put on my pajamas. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. And it's cold, freezing out. This wind is blowing. It's snowing. And I get comfortable on the couch. All of a sudden, my phone's ringing. I said, oh. In those days, we didn't have cell phones. It was regular house. And my mom says, who's calling at 1 o'clock in the morning? I said, it's got to be Richie. So I pick up. He says, I hear noise in the background. Sal, what's going on? Julian Lennon just walked in with a bunch of other people and David Bowie or whatever. I don't know who else was there at the night. No, I remember actually Robert Gordon was there. J.J. Jackson from MTV. A few other people, right? This was 1985. So he called. He goes, you got to come down. I put you on the guest list. I hung up the phone. I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh my God, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I never really drive to Manhattan. I'm going to get lost. I know it's snowing. My car's a piece of junk. What if I break down? I just got to go for it. I'm starting getting dressed. My mom's like, where are you going? Then they got sustained. Where are you going? I said, I'm going to go to this club. John Lennon's son from the Beatles is there. She said, really? I said, okay. She says, good luck. So I get dressed. I go in my car. I start it up. And the wind is whipping. And it's snowing and blizzard. I don't even know where I'm going. I don't drive to Manhattan and none of this stuff. So I'm driving. I get close. I drive over the bridge. I'm in Manhattan. And I don't know how to get to West 75th and Broadway since I don't know where that is, So I'm driving. I asked the cab drivers. I said, how do I get to West 75th and Broadway? I don't even know what they're saying. Then one cab, I said, I'm trying to get to West 75th and Broadway. He goes, oh, follow me. I'm going to be passing in a few minutes. So I follow him. And as I'm following him, he sticks his arm out like that. It's right there. Get out right there. So I saw it. I parked. And it was already like 2 o'clock in the morning, because I left the house at 1 between the snow and it took about an hour to find the place. So I go downstairs. Now, this is the freakiest thing I ever did. I never knew this kind of lifestyle went on in Manhattan at 2, 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
I always think people are like in bed at this time.
Yeah, exactly.
So I walked down there. I was like, first person walking towards me is Julian Lennon. He's going to the bathroom as I'm coming in. Because he comes down the China Club, come down the stairs, walk in, and the bathrooms are in the hallway. So he's coming right towards me. You know me. I was like, Brother Julian. I didn't even
like
said, what's up, brother? How you doing? Shook my hand. And he went to the bathroom. And I just looking around, standing and looking. I said, what? I see Robert Gordon. I start talking to Robert Gordon. I have no intimidation, I go right up to everybody.
You should. That's what I do. You're right.
Me too.
And that was my thing. So I thought I was dreaming that night because I was meeting so many famous people. And I was like, okay, now I know what I got to do. Because I always had the band and I had original song, but I never knew how to make connections, how to, meet the right people. I used to make cassettes and send them out to London record companies and whatever, I could do, And I said, okay, now I'm going to have to come to this place every night. And sure enough, my friend would put me on the guest list until I went every night until I became a VIP. And I didn't pay to get in. They all knew me. I just go in there and I became part of the whole clique, And now, before you know it, I'm sitting at the table with Julian Lennon and David Bowie and Eric Clapton and Sheena Easton. And this was like an every night thing, There was jam nights of guys from Kiss, Paul Stanley, Michael Bolton, everybody, Ronnie Woods, Page, every night. It was one of those places where every night there was something happening. So I always felt like I can't miss a night. I remember sick as a dog, and I still went. I was sick. And I still had to go because I feel like maybe I might miss out on something. So that's how I got a gig there. The first month I started hanging out there, I was trying to get a gig, and I wasn't getting a gig yet. Then we this other guy, Vinny, who passed away, a friend of mine, Vinny, he kind of like was managing us for a little bit, He owned a record store. And he somehow with some other people, Wolfgang and Susan and Bruce, all the top club promoters in New York at the time, they got involved and did a special show at the Limelight. Now, at the Limelight at that time, they didn't do bands yet. They strictly DJ music, dance,
Yeah.
So they talked the club into, let's try a rock band, see how it goes. And they said yes to that, and they got all these club promoters involved in it. And we played on a Thursday night. The place was packed. I looked out the window from the dressing room. There's a line like 2 blocks down. I said, that can't be for us. And it was, but it wasn't really for us. What happened was we put out so many invitations. We put out 2,000 invitations. Wow. And close to 2,000 people showed up coming in and out because they were complimentary. So people had usually pay like $20 to get in the club or whatever. So we put all these complimentary invitations. At the time, there was Virgin Records, all the big record stores in Manhattan. You put them in, and people would grab them. So you'd see people just want to come in because it was for free.
Right. Now this is the Limelight you're talking about, not China.
The Limelight, yeah. Right. So that night, because of that, was such a successful night. They kept us. We were there at 5 o'clock to do sound check. They didn't let us go on until 2 in the morning, but they wanted to make sure that nobody leaves. They wanted to keep people drinking.
Yeah, exactly.
So we didn't go until like 2 in the morning. And after that night, all the clubs in Manhattan, they have computers. And they let each other know what bands had a big draw, how many people they brought in, this and that. So when we did that Limelight show, the next day my phone was ringing off the hook. Every club in New York was calling me. The Bitter, Cat Club, China Club, and I was booking gigs all over the place. because we made some noise. Now, but the thing is, every club in Manhattan now expected us to bring 2,000 people again.
Right.
So if we only brought in 200 people, 100 people, like oh, that sellout wasn't that good. I said, you kidding me? You know, it's like 1:00 in the morning. It's hard to get people to come out to Manhattan at the time.
Yeah, really.
But we played the China Club. I got booked for the China Club. It was January 11th, 1986. New Year's had just, it was just the beginning of the new year. So I was already hanging out there from 95 when they opened. And in 1986, we played there on a Sunday night. And the place was jam-packed because we promoted the hell out of it. I was out there every night. My name wasn't up in lights, and they just showed up. It was like me doing all the footwork.
Wow.
And now the world of the internet, imagine if we had this.
Oh.
And
we would have blew them away. We would have blew them away.
Oh, my gosh. It would have been crazy.
Those days, I had to do everything by mouth, hang out in the clubs, talking and smoking.
That was the old thing, though. Even the regular clubs, you just go out and you pass your cards out. You do what you have to do. That was the old way, but it still was lucrative because people look what happened to you. Look,
true, yeah, very true.
Sal, this is good. Let's go.
Yeah, as long as you promoted it, it would be successful. A lot of bands out there, they didn't promote their gigs. They got gigs, played the club. There's 5 people in there, and then they want to know why the band clubs won't book them again.
Yeah.
But my packed the club all the time, and that was so I was hanging out every night. So I said, well, I'm going to give it to everybody. I'd be giving them to everybody. I mean, I'd be in the China Club handing the invitations to Paul Stanley, Eric Clapton, you name it, Billy Squire, Billy Idol, Joe, all these people. And they're like, I remember Nicolas Cage. He's looking at my invitation. Cool. I'm going to try to come. Cool. I never forget that. Nicolas Cage. Not only rock stars, movie stars as well.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So, Sal, how did you get on that stage? To tell them how you started with that. Tell them that part when you got up there and you ended up playing to all these crazy people that you're talking about, all these powerhouse rock and rollers and movie stars. How did you get up on that stage? Did you just walk up? Did somebody put you up? What happened?
What do you mean? When it's a jam or
when you get China Club, I know you said you got up there eventually, but how'd you get in there? Like
how'd I get the gig?
Yeah, like you said, you got into that limelight, right?
Right. From once they all the clubs knew that we had such a big draw that night, they all wanted to book us. I was booked everywhere. I had, used to have the invitations, and I had boxes of them in my house, all piled up,
That's so cool.
And I would be out every night putting them in the record stores. In those days, there were so many great record stores and, Sam Ash's, all those music stores. Just put the invitations, a stack of them, and do it like every other night. I bet you a lot of times they threw them out. But
nah, nobody did. But when you went to China Club, I have to ask you a question. When you got in there and you got hired for that gig, and you stood on that stage and you knew that you were going to be singing to Julian Lennon.
Oh yeah,
whoever. What was that like? I mean,
it was great. I mean,
crazy, right?
I became like one of the, it was great. Like being in there, and they would say, how's the band doing? It's like all of a sudden I was part of the whole scene. And I played the China Club, Nile Rodgers in the audience, and Julian, who else? So many people. Mel Gibson, Prince, Howard Stern, record company executives would come because I would tell them I'm playing, trying to get a deal.
Tell them about the bartender. Who was the bartender at the time?
Oh, well, I mean, he wasn't the bartender. He would get behind the bar.
Okay.
Bruce Willis.
Yep.
Because he was good friends with Dave, one of the China Club owners.
Right.
Very close friends because Bruce Willis used to be a bartender at Danceteria.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Bruce Willis, he was, at that time, he wasn't big yet. Well, I mean, by the time the China Club, he was. But when he worked in the Danceteria, he was just doing like extra work. There's the movie, this is 1980. There's the movie called The Verdict with Paul Newman.
Right.
And he's just an extra in the jury booth, sitting down as an extra, making $35 a day. But then, you go to auditions, bartending. and he landed the lead role on Moonlighting. And from there, Die Hard movies and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Nice guy,
Now,
Really
what song did you
bad.
play on stage though? Like when you got into the line, into China Club, when you got in, that's what I'm asking you. When you got up there, was it "Can't Love Without You"? Was that the song that you introduced everybody to?
Oh no, I know we would do a whole set of original songs, and that was one of them, of course. You know, but we do. I have so many songs: "Too Much Pain" and "Tomorrow,"
Right.
and "Time Is Moving."
I
And
love them all.
"Can't Love Without You" is definitely one of the favorites.
Right.
A lot of people, even the club owners, and Michael J. Holloway, who worked at the China Club doing sound and things and lighting. It was like, play "Can't Love Without You." That was his favorite thing. To this day, even on the YouTube, on Facebook, he's always my favorite song, "Can't Love Without You."
Wow.
Mine
That
too.
would have been a big hit if I would have gotten a major record deal. That would have definitely been a big
That would
hit.
have won you over. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but it's all that's the way it is. Maybe it wasn't meant to be.
Well, it's funny. Paul says you were a natural game show host too.
Yeah, yes.
Tell me more about that.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you, Paul.
I don't remember doing that. Maybe he's right. I just don't remember doing it. But I never did drugs, so I would remember something like that.
Maybe
Paul,
he just means that you would be a natural game show host.
Yeah, your
And Paul,
personality, I guess. You got the personality of it.
Personality. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
And
the
Paul-
Gong Show. The Gong Show. You'd be good on that one.
And Paulie wrote quite a few good songs, Paulie. As a matter of fact, I taught him a couple of things on bass, and then he got very good at it. He got very good at playing bass, and he wrote quite a few good songs, and I helped him on a few of them. And then really, there are some of them on YouTube, I think. I don't know. I'm being fooling around.
I'm going to look for right now because one of our friends, my friend, wants to hear one of your songs.
Yes.
And we're going to do that. Hopefully, you can find Can't Live
There's
Without.
a million versions of "Can't Love Without You" on YouTube, sure.
I'm looking
But
for
under with you singing it, the one that the original
There's
one.
a whole bunch with me, but I mean, if you see the one where I'm wearing the round John Lennon glasses,
Yeah.
with the black vest on, that's like the 8-track studio version, which is probably the best one.
Yeah, that one I like.
I don't know if you.
I'll try to find it. Again, you guys talk. I'm trying to find it. Go ahead.
Yeah. So if he finds it, I love that one. So Sal, when you got on the stage right now in the China Club, and you were there, and you finally got up there the first time, and you saw the audience, like you couldn't believe who was in front of you.
Oh, it was great.
Was it like, did everybody come up to you after that? Did they like, wow, that was awesome or whatever? How did it like come through to everyone after you finished your set? Night.
A lot of people, people like friends and people that came to see me all the time, and from hanging out in all the clubs, and I would support all the bands as well. And I was out there every night. This guy was playing, that band was playing.
Right.
So I supported them, and a lot of people supported me when I was playing. So I mean, and then you had the people that I didn't know that just were regular people, like were there for the night. But there was nights where you had unbelievable. I remember one night it was in the paper the next day because I was playing, and they said the club made like I don't know $10,000 in one night. Right. It was a great night because Prince was there in disguise, sitting at a table. Prince, because he wear disguises, you don't want to get
right.
Howard Stern was there, Bruce Willis was there, Julian Lennon and his crew. I think Eddie Murphy might have been there with his crew standing in. There's always somebody hanging out all the time. So it was wild because I'm on the stage. They're watching me.
That's what I said. Exactly.
Judd Nelson, remember Judd Nelson? From the club? He would like jump up and do crazy things he wanted to get. But it's a great feeling. I mean, just what made me really get into the whole thing. I played right in Richmond Hill High School.
You did?
About this, yeah. It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. We played it for the City Meals on Wheels.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Wow.
And I loved this, the audience, and it was loud, and that triggered me off to like, okay, this is what I got to do. I love this so much, You know, I felt like I was in heaven. You know, the audience,
really.
you on and all that. So, you know, I feel like everything, nothing could go wrong when you're in that state. You know, life is just beautiful. It's I don't know, better than.
Are you near your instruments? Do you have your guitar near you? Because
I got guitars all over the place.
you do strum a good one live, and like
You want me to sing a song on the?
yes, sing
Sure,
a
why
song.
not?
Oh
Come
man,
on, Sal.
get up and get off camera. Is that okay?
Yeah, get up. Too
Oh,
quick. Go get your
I'll
guitar.
get my guitar over there, and that'll give me a good excuse to get something to drink.
Go ahead, go do that. Go ahead.
But
Be
my mouth is dry. I wasn't prepared. I got to get better prepared for these shows.
It's all right. We got next week too, or whatever week next. You know, whatever.
Yeah, well, we'll do 100 more shows, but to tell you my whole life, we're gonna need at least 50 shows at 3 hours.
Yeah, with your life, yes, 50 more.
Let me put the table in front of me. I hope they don't see me in my underwear. I was only kidding.
He doesn't have just the music. He has the background in movies, the movie people he knows.
Yeah.
That's why I stick him on my page, because he's got the musician end and the film end, and he like did it all. He did it all.
That's awesome. That's
now
awesome.
you look cool with your glasses on too, friend.
I look like a teacher right now. Like,
Yeah.
All right, so I let me get. You guys are gonna talk a little bit, and I'll go get.
Yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk.
All right, here we go.
Play a song, and then I'll play the "Can't Love"
Can't Without You.
After you're done, before we get ready to close up. Okay.
Yeah, his song is amazing. Yeah, so he Sal has a pretty good background. Let me tell you. From
Hey, do I have enough time to go to the bathroom?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, I'll be right back.
Sal, this is live. Go ahead.
We'll go into his movie too again eventually, because he did a great. He's
Sure.
on actually has a movie out on DVD called Knock Knock, which is a horror movie.
Right.
Yes, he'll tell you about that too. Yeah, he's done it all, man. It's crazy. He's done it all. He's done it all.
Incredible.
He's a multi-talented, crazy person, I call him.
Yeah, aren't we all?
I love Sal though. Sal is a good person. He makes me laugh like you won't. He just love it, because he's got that Queens, Richmond Hill thing like me. We tell it as it is, and just like let it go.
So, Fran, what do you got going on as far as you can mention your page if people want to join it?
Yeah, I got to read it because I forget it so long. It's called Films, Reels, and Funding for the Movie Acting Industry. And now I added musicians this year, because the music industry is just so versatile to the movies. If you have a clip, say you have a movie and you're looking for musicians, you're looking for music.
Yep.
And you can have any venue you want. You can have country, you can have rock, you can have R&B, whatever. So I stuck the music in there because it actually goes together with the movies.
It does.
It brings out a lot for everyone to work on. So you got directors, producers, musicians, everybody's working with each other to like collaborate. So that's why I did that. And, it took off. I got a lot of great musicians on there. The actors are great movies, great producers, filmmakers, a lot of things. I got involved with so many people from my page, believe it or not. I got myself involved promoting. I do a lot of promoting now, and I help just people get their work either out in the film festivals, seen on my page. I tell everybody, go on the page every day. There's tons of castings. There's auditions, there's a lot going on in that page. And the music industry, like a lot of Nashville on there. And there's a lot of rock and rollers. There's a lot of R&B. Oh, speaking of rock and roll, there's the mayor.
There's that.
Baby.
Man.
Yes.
What do you got? Okay.
I'm a little dry, you know what I mean? I tell you, it just goes to show, you get older and stuff. You can't even do a half show without having to go to the bathroom.
I gotta water you.
At least 3 or 4 times at night for me.
Oh, me too. I drink so much water. It's like,
it's old age.
Yeah, what are you drinking?
I'm wearing diapers for this stuff. Absolutely.
All right.
Back in the old days, you could hang out all night without going to the bathroom.
I know, it's true.
Now within 30 minutes, like, oh God, he's holding it in. I gotta go pee. What do you want? You want to hear a song? You want to look some movies? What do you want to do?
I want to hear a song. Sing.
Let's hear a song, yeah.
I got my Angelica here. How do I do this? I got to back this up because I got no room to move my arms. Hold on a second. I got to get better prepared for these
Get
things.
yourself comfortable. Go ahead.
Yeah. I got to put it down a little bit. All right, here we go.
All right.
All right, there goes the guitar. Can you see the guitar?
I see everything.
Yes,
I see you.
Yep.
There's the guitar.
Angelica, I hope it's tuned, but I haven't even tuned
Now
it.
tune your pipes up.
What should we play?
Whatever you want. Could you sing "Can't Love Without You" live?
I haven't done it in a long time. I don't know if I even remember it, but I could probably do it. Okay, here we go.
Give it a shot. Give it a shot, Sal.
Give it a shot with a different key. Okay, yeah.
Whatever you know.
I seen you there with someone new. Oh, I fucked it up. Oh, hold on a second. It's been a long year.
It's okay. Excuse this language, people. We're okay.
Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
There's no beeping on this station.
I forgot what.
Come on, keep going. Go. It's good that you just did that.
Okay, it goes. Can't love without you. I can't love without you. Can't love without you, baby. I seen you there with someone new. He was holding me tight all night. I tried so hard to see it through. What else could I do? I tried so hard to understand you. That's minor chord. Oh, without you, can't love without you. I can't love without you. Can't love without you. I can't love without you. I turned around and you were gone. I was wondering where you were. It don't seem right, it must be wrong. And you're carrying it too far. I've tried so hard to understand. Oh, minor chords hard. Oh, without you, can't love without you. You really need the whole song now, right? I mean, that's.
I love that though. That was good.
It's really good. Yeah.
Roaring live. I love it.
I stopped just in time because, believe it or not, the bridge was coming up, and I said, "What are the chords to the bridge?" Probably would have figured it out though. But that's sorry. I didn't mean to curse, folks. I just
It's
it
okay.
was embarrassing to hit the wrong chord on your own song, right?
Okay.
Right.
You haven't played it in years. It's okay. That's life.
Yeah. It's called
Yeah.
live. It's called live.
Dodie thinks it's awesome. So do I, Dodie. It was a great. Did a good job. Good
Yeah,
song.
it's rocking, you know. But I didn't even know what key I should have sang that in. You know, you get older, the keys.
Oh, my sister said, "Good job, Sal." And that's
Oh, thank you.
That's from coming to somebody that doesn't really give opinions too well.
Oh.
Wow, you got a compliment.
She probably would like if I did something you already know, right?
Well, yeah, no, she got. I don't know. She knows everything. That's how I got into the music that I know. I used to sit in my sister's room when she was playing her music on her, phonograph. And I know all the music from back in those days, sitting on the bed with her as a young girl. We're 8 years apart. And I remember, that's how I know everything. All the music from the 60s and even 50s. It's crazy. From my sister.
50s, yeah, baby. The 50s. I love the 50s, and I wasn't even born in the 50s.
Yeah, see, I was.
Nor was I. I get it. Yeah.
I was born 1960, but I love all that old stuff. I even on Sirius Radio, I play the 40s a lot. I like that 40s sound. I feel like I'm
Me too.
Watching the March of the Wooden Soldiers. You know, those old light films have that cool, like the Little Rascals.
Me too. That's good too.
I love it. Anytime the Little Rascals are on, I always watch them.
I love it.
If I 1,000 times, I'll watch them 1,000 more.
Yeah, Laurel and Hardy, all the good stuff. You got all that music.
Never gets old. I'll put the guitar down, but that's rude. You guys are talking and I'm playing guitar over here.
I loved it.
I pulled out a stack of movies that I'm in over here. There's like a million movies.
Show some.
Share a couple.
Look at all these movies. These are all movies that I'm in here. I don't know if you can see this.
Share a couple. Go ahead.
You see all that?
Knock, knock, knock.
Okay, hold on a second.
Maria says the good old days. Yes, the good old days. You're right.
What happened?
We'll never see them ever again.
What's that?
We better, hopefully, if we better see them soon because I'm getting worried about the good old days lately.
No, you know what I mean, music-wise.
Yeah, that's what I said. I mean, they're taking away all the music now. They're taking away a lot of different things from us. I like the music, the old stuff. I like the old stuff, the band,
Well, listen,
the way you sing.
it's 2024. Still listening to the original stuff from the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Yeah.
It just music just was so great.
It was wonderful. You'll never get rid of it.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
never get rid of it, and I'll never stop playing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you
Me
got some
too.
good songs too there, Gene. I've heard some of your stuff you sent
Oh,
me.
he sings
Oh,
amazing.
did you hear them? Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, you sent me some stuff. I listened to it.
Yeah, right. He
Okay.
sings
Oh,
great, Gene.
absolutely.
I was like, wow, that's Gene. I said to Gene, that's really good. He's got some voice, and I love the way he collaborates his music the other way. You got to put that one up that you sent me, which is the one I said I liked. That was really, really good.
The brightest part of my life.
Yes. Oh, that was so good. That was good. I love that one.
That's like a 70s country.
70s, yes,
Take it
yes.
back 70s country style. Yeah.
I loved it. And there was the one that also was that the one that I said would be good at a wedding. Which was the one? Is that the one?
No, that was. I'm trying to think of what it was. It wasn't that one. Man, that may be the wedding one as well.
I know
Yeah.
there was the one that you
Yeah.
also sent me. The second one.
There's a couple of them like that.
Yeah, they're beautiful. Great voice too. You
know what that reminded me of just now when I hit the wrong chord and I said the F word? I was invited. Demi Lovato was at iHeartRadio live in Manhattan.
Right.
And she was singing and she lost her voice and real loud she said the F word really loud. And it was all kids, the little kids are like,
yeah.
Oh. That ended up all over the internet. And that's what happens. It reminded me of that because I hit a bad chord. And she hit lost her voice for a second.
Listen, it happens. I took my daughters to a Demi Lovato concert in Atlantic City, and she did the same thing there. She had a noise complication, and she cursed, and I said, just ignore it.
Oh yeah, it's not a big deal.
Young kids. I mean, 6, 7 years old.
Absolutely. Hey, friend.
My parents cursed all the time. I didn't, but they did.
No,
they cursed in Italian too.
I know. My sister hears me curse. She yells at me. Her ears probably burnt when you said that word, Frank. When you said the F word before, she probably went, oh my God.
I think it's funny, and I'll tell you why, because it wasn't meant to come out. And it just
came out. It was natural.
Yeah, it's funny. It happens.
It's called live. When anything live, anything happens,
Did you guys ever see the movie Jesse? This one?
Yes, I've seen that.
I don't know if I ever saw it.
My friend Tommy's in that movie too. That's Carpenter, right?
Yeah, Fred Carpenter.
Fred Carpenter.
I
came to the premiere. I met you there too.
That's right.
I was at the Belmores. We had
the what character did you play in, Jesse?
I played Big Louie.
Mm-hmm.
I have a scene. You see, William Forsythe. I got him in this movie. Right. I also got Eric Roberts in this movie.
Oh, Eric Roberts, yeah.
Yeah, Eric Roberts. I got him in the movie. Who else? Michael Wright. And I have a nice scene with William Forsythe. And then here's another. I'm in so many movies here. I got Fairview Falls. Did you ever see Fairview Falls? That's
yeah.
I don't think I saw any of these movies, so I'm going to make a list of the movies I need to start watching.
Pistols and Pearls. Well, I got so many movies. The Tenement.
The Tenement. I wonder if our friend was in that.
So many. I got so much stuff here. Forget about it.
Where's Knock Knock? Where's Knock Knock?
Knock Knock over here.
But that was the horror one you were telling me about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you know if these Sal are on the streaming as well?
Yeah. Knock Knock is on Tubi. You can watch it on Tubi. There's a lot of movies that I'm in on Tubi. I'll send them to you. Right now, you have Tubi, right?
Yeah, we have Tubi. Yeah. I think it's still free. I don't know.
Knock Knock is it's Tubi's all free.
Yeah.
There's a few commercials, but Knock Knock is on there. The Night Never Sleeps is on there. Yeah, this one's on Tubi. Knock Knock. Right. I'm in this movie, Man on the Ledge. I was a prisoner.
Okay. Oh, cool.
Yeah, we're taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3 with Travolta and those guys.
I remember that one. Yes.
Yeah, I'm one of the hostages on the train, but you blink your eye and I'm gone.
But you're still in a main movie.
Yeah.
It's a good movie, though.
It is a great movie.
I worked on this movie for 15 days. I made $6,000.
Wow.
Yeah, not bad. For 15 days. Hanging out with John Travolta every night, Denzel Washington, and John Turturro, all those guys. good money and hang out with those guys. You know, there's a bunch. There's The Trade. I play bartender in this one called The Trade.
Trade, yeah.
I don't know if you're getting a glare there. Yeah, one of the first movies after I came out of Oz on HBO.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
that was on Oz on HBO. This is the first movie I did after Oz. It's called
Nikos.
Nikos and Bela.
Okay.
Sahara. Yeah. What do we else say? Here we go. Wonton Baby. Oh, baby, Wonton Baby. Look. Crazy.
What was it about? Chinese food? What is?
Yeah.
What is that about, Sal?
Oh, it's like a dark comedy.
Mm.
I deliver the Wonton Baby. It's a monster that comes out of the girl's stomach.
Oh, juice.
Oh, Jesus.
These are what up.
We have The Night Never Sleeps. That's on Tubi. You could watch. It's a great movie.
So you did a lot of horror movies as well, right?
Yeah, I'm in a lot. Yeah.
Wow.
Coalition. This is a good one. Coalition.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you got an IMDb page that's got to be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? There's a lot of stuff that I did that's not even on the IMDb. You know, it's like weird because sometimes they don't credit you for certain things.
I know. I know.
Keep up on.
I was on Oz for 3 seasons. But being I didn't have any speaking parts, but I was one of the Italian inmates, you know, constantly on camera, and I worked every day like a regular job, Monday through Friday.
Right.
But they only put your name in the IMDb if you speak. And I don't fool around with IMDb. So a lot of people do it themselves. They'll be like in the movie as an extra and say non-credited. They'll say,
Yeah.
I'm in this movie non-credited. But they don't credit you unless you're speaking in the movie. You can't
Right. That is true.
be featured extra and expect your name to be up there.
Yeah, no. They don't
No.
do it.
But everything, you know, for the IMDb, for the most part, like I'm in this movie Wanted, but you know, I don't speak. You see me walking with one of the guys. There's another movie underneath it all. I got 2 songs in this movie. The Dictator. I played the scientist in this one.
Oh, what is the movie that you sang you wrote the song for in Italian? What was that?
Oh, that's Coalition.
Oh my God, you should sing that on here. He sings this music in Coalition that he wrote, and he sang in it. It's all in Italian. I love that. Could you remember that? You want to sing that? Because I love
wrote 2 songs for the soundtrack.
Oh, I love it.
What happened was the director and writer of the movie, Joe Ariola. There's the mafia scene, which I play Victor,
Right.
Frank Vincent's right-hand man,
Right.
and Chuck Zito. You know Chuck Zito.
Yeah.
He's in the movie too, and he comes into the thing, and I'm, you know, Chuck Zito. Frank Vincent plays Chuck Zito's uncle, and it's the mob scene, you know, where he comes to talk to his uncles to get help with the people who give him problems, based on true stories. Anyway, Joe Ariola said for that scene,
Sorry.
he was looking for publishing. They want like $20,000 to use like an old-fashioned Sicilian song. So I said to Joe, I said, well, maybe I've never written an Italian song. Let me see if I could do that. So I was driving home and started thinking of lyrics in my head in Italian, which I never did. And I got home, I grabbed my acoustic guitar, and I wrote 2 songs in one night. And I let him hear it the next day, you know? And I figured if you don't like one, they'll like the other. They end up liking both. So both songs are in the movie.
That's awesome.
The soundtrack came out on Micmac Records on the CD. I never saw a dime from it because probably didn't sell that much. But
royalties, yeah, I know.
But one of the Italian songs is on the CD. I have it right over here behind me with all the CDs. I should have pulled that out too. But both songs are in the movie.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, let me see. I probably know how to do one. It's been a while. If you could, which one should I do? Bye-bye.
We got about 6 minutes left. Just saying that, guys. So
yeah, sing it away, quick.
I hope you got a bunch of Italians watching.
I'm watching. Let's go. My sister's watching. We're all
watching. I'm Italian. My family's watching. Dang.
This one's called Papa. Papa, like dad. It's if you understand the lyrics, you probably cry. But I won't do the whole thing. But you probably I don't want to keep you guys watching for 3 hours. But I'll do some of it. Is that okay?
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay. Io faccio tutto per me papà. Io voglio bene a me papà. Io sempre penso a me papà, mi sento tanto solo senza papà. Non saccio come fa, ma ti dico la verità. Io, pure modo, il mio papà. Io piango sempre per mio papà. Piango notte e giorno per mio papà. La vita non è facile senza papà. La casa vale paganti senza papà. Non saccio come fa, ma ti dico la verità. Io, pure modo, senza papà. And there's the instrumental. You know, the instruments in the background. So that's basically it goes on.
I love it. I freaking love that song. That's amazing.
Thank
now,
you.
Mandolins in the background with strings.
Oh, well, I mean, it's on YouTube. A real good master recording. I mean, you know, the investors, they gave $3,000 for me to go in the studio and record 2 of the songs. So they're masters and they sound incredible. I did all the harmonies.
Nice.
I wrote everything. I played on the 4-track. I played all the instruments. And then in the studio, the engineer was a great musician and we did stuff together. I had a friend of mine, Anthony, come in and do a little guitar work as well. And I did all the harmonies and all the singing. It's beautiful. I'll send it to you. You know, sometimes I listen to it on YouTube or on CD, and I say I can't believe it's me because, you know, where'd that come from?
Yeah, I get that too. I get that too. I feel that way when I hear my new stuff. I'm like, nah, this is not me. It just can't be me.
Especially that I'm singing in Italian.
I'm humble. That's why. What's that?
Especially that I'm singing in Italian because I've never done that before. You know, but I love Italian music and I always love listening to Italian music. So I guess it was in me, you know, without even realizing it, because I got the, you know, some people will just try not really, the dialect doesn't come out the right way, you know?
Yeah.
Like you know, certain things like, it's almost like speaking Chinese, you know, if you could words, but if you don't let it ring, it doesn't make sense to them.
Right, right.
Like, you know, Chinese, you ever see Chinese, they sound like they're singing almost.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta let it ring. If you say "going my love," they go, "What?" No, you have to "going my love." Then they mean that they know what you're saying.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, you know what that means? Delivery man. Delivered to Ho-On for like 20 years. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, let me tell you, that was a great job to have while I was doing movies and music, because I was delivering for Ho-On Chinese restaurant, and I got the call for the Taking of Pelham 123. Can you come in right now?
Oh.
I drove back to the restaurant, told him I can't work today, and shot over to go and work with John Travolta and those guys. So here I am delivering Chinese food in Queens, probably to Frends' neighbor, and parking the car and going, and you know, dropping off the stuff and going straight to the movie set for the next 15 days.
Wow.
You know, so that's how it is. But you know, I mean, let's face it, I'm not making money like John Travolta. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of broke.
But you're having fun and you're enjoying it and you're making memories and you're creating different aspects in your life that Fran and I we just appreciate it so much.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I'll admit, you know, I'm not, the things I've done in 1 week, most people don't get to do in their whole lifetime.
Exactly. That's my point.
Exactly is right.
No, it's very true. I mean, the things that I've done in my, you know, I know people that says they've never even been to Manhattan. I know people even in Long Island say, I've never been to Manhattan in my life.
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me. And I know people that like never went to a nightclub.
Yeah.
I've never been to a nightclub.
My mother-in-law.
Oh, wow.
You never been to a nightclub?
Never.
Wow. And my mother-in-law has never been in a bar, never been in a nightclub. I said, wow. And I was out, forget about it.
God, I used to go out at 16 years old with fake IDs. Remember in Richmond Hill, that place called Your Sister's Ass? That was a night. Do you remember that?
Sure.
I was the first one there every night. I had T-shirts, about 100 of them. Your sister's ass, because that was the name of the place.
That was the name of the place. Oh, that's funny.
That was the
guys,
first nightclub I ever went to.
It's 8:00, and I have another show I got to put on the radio, but we can wrap up here. For all the people that were listening on the radio, we'll say goodbye, but we can wrap up here on YouTube and Facebook. The show. I think it went well. I think we finally got everything straightened out. Sal, you're just an amazing person. Overall.
Oh man, I feel like, you know, every time I do these shows, the hour feels like 2 minutes. It's ridiculous. That's why sometimes I'm trying to tell stories and I get all messed up in my head, because I know it's impossible. One story is going to take 3 hours. You asked me, how did it start? Right? When you said how did it get started, forget about it. I mean, it takes forever.
I really appreciate you having us on. This was amazing. Gene's a great guy. I love you,
Oh,
Gene.
thank you.
You got a great show. Everybody tune into Gene's show too at night. What's your the whole name of it again?
Doc G Presents. I do on Monday nights, but I do several shows. I do Doc G Presents. My daughter does a show. If you ever check her out on 6:30, she's on her channel. She does the Danny Puro show.
Okay, yes. I've watched that. In fact, I saw it last night, and
I
put all these shows go on my film reels and funding, you know, for the movie and acting industry, including musicians. Go on Facebook and look for it, and you can find these guys. You can find Sal. You can find Gene, Danny. I get everybody on there and give them exposure. They're great people. We all help each other out, and I love it.
And God bless you all for that.
Yeah, baby.
Now we love Fran. And we met Fran at a film festival for a friend, and she's a contact that I just can't say enough about. She's an amazing person. We're working on a lot of different projects together, Sal, and I'm working with some projects not only for myself but for other people. So I'm trying to be that contact that everybody needs and everybody wants. Now, Fran, that comment I made earlier, I'll just tell you real quick. That's because I used to do a Zoom. A couple of years ago, I did Zooms like every month. I did a Zoom with different people from the entertainment industry, and then I brought other people in. And then the problem is they didn't appreciate it.
Yeah,
and you know what that's like.
Yeah, again.
And I said no more. I'm just going to stick with people that have the same vibe that I have, which is
the good vibes, the positive good vibes.
Exactly. Positive good vibes, and wants to work together to achieve everything that we want together.
Exactly.
Just like Sal did with his music. And the same thing he did with the contacts that you make now are the contacts I think I have the rest of my life.
Me too.
I love you all. I really do.
Yeah. You never stop making contacts.
Positivity and great.
Some are good, some are bad though. And the bad ones I let go.
You know who to weed out, okay? Because you see the real people come out sometimes. You know who's there, and goodbye, and see you later. Because I don't need that crap on my page. I know that.
Is it a friend or a lesson? That's what I've heard.
I don't know. Maybe both. I don't know.
No, you guys are friends. I'm just saying there's some people that are just lessons. You learn from them, but they also get you other people that help you. So.
You could see us three are good. We're friends, and we're close, and we're knitted, and we are on the same page. Then you get other people that try to come in and are not your friend and don't want to support you and go against things. So, but this is true friendship right here. These three, us three.
That I don't understand, because if you're out to try to help other people, why would you screw somebody trying to help you? Why? It doesn't even make any sense.
People, that's how people are. This is the industry, and with a lot of things, I see it all the time, and I shake my head. But I'm not like that, and he's not like that, and you're not like that.
Definitely not like that, you know. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. But our next show, Sal,
let's do. I'm ready for another one.
Get some guests.
Yeah, get Julian Lennon to come in. Get him on the phone, man.
Hey, weren't we supposed to have somebody else on the show that's on the advertisement?
Yeah. Where was that other guy? Was another guy on the show?
You said.
What was the other guy's name?
Wasn't there supposed to be somebody else on tonight?
I don't know. I just went by what Fran said.
Oh, there was a picture. No, there was a picture on the clip.
Guy with glasses on the bottom right of the thing, right? I'm on top with the guitar. On the bottom right, there's somebody with glasses and a girl.
But that was me.
That's you?
It's me with my wife. Yeah.
Oh, what the hell? That picture?
Oh my God, we're like, who
Oh,
And then my friend was saying, "Oh, these."
that is actually going to be my CD, My Life, because
Oh
that's
my
my
gosh,
that's
I
my
love
life
it.
behind her. That's
Me
my
and Sal are
problem.
going, who is this person? We
Me
don't
and friend was saying,
That's
"Oh,
me.
on the show."
That's me.
oh damn.
Oh, that's a good way of tricking us, brother.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, you have dark hair in the picture. You're young.
Yeah. Well, I was Italian, just like you, with
Yeah.
real jet black hair
Oh
years
my
ago.
God. I can't believe that's you. I said it kind of looked familiar. I'm like, where do I know this person from? Oh my God, that is so funny. Yeah, because it said Geo, I think it said, right?
That's
Yeah.
my name, Gino.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Had
funny.
me that I didn't put that together.
But you know what, friend? You put your Def Leppard shirt on, and it's like you don't really get to see it that much.
Def Leppard, wait.
There you go. Now you see it. Don't
Oh,
pull
See
down.
it?
There'll be a-
What do you want? Yeah, I'm done in a minute. You want to come say hi real quick?
Okay.
Come
Come
say
and
hi
say-
real quick.
Are we still on the air?
Yeah, we're still in here. I just want my
Oh,
wife to
nice.
say hi real quick. This is my
Hi. I put glasses on.
Hi.
Who's that?
Hi.
this is my wife.
Yes.
Oh, hi,
Nice
Wendy.
to meet you.
How are
How you
you?
doing?
I'm okay. I'm hanging in there.
We're still
Everybody-
on here. We're still on here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
see,
she come to the film festival? Or I think it was, yeah, I remember you. I met you at the film festival.
We were together
in
the
New
whole time.
Jersey.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Ah. So when are we going to do another show?
Next Wednesday or following Wednesday. We'll see. If you can get some guests, let us know.
That's
Don't-
soon?
Let people know, and then we'll promote it and we'll get it out there.
All right. Sounds good to me. We'll work on another one real soon, I guess.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
we'll try to get some people on. Sal, make some phone calls. You know the biggies there.
Paul Speakers. We get him on the show. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
Julian Lennon. Julian Lennon, he knows.
Cool.
Sal, you're amazing.
Thank you. Well, it's not like I was sat here and it came to me. I was out there. I always tell people
That's right. Yep.
you got to separate fame and fortune. There's fame and then there's fortune. There's people who have both, but I only have one. I have the fame. I don't have the fortune.
Same
I
here.
have-
You don't have the fame or the fortune, but I
Yeah.
get it.
Health and happiness. But the most important thing, I have my health and happiness, and that's more.
There you go.
You can't buy that for all the money in the world.
There
That's
you
what
go.
that is. That's it.
Health and happiness. Whoever's listening out there, health and happiness is number one. Everything else is gravy.
That's
That
true.
is true. That is true. All right, guys.
All right.
Good night. I love you
Thank
both.
you.
We'll
Love
talk
you
to
too.
you soon.
Seeing you.
As Ringo says, peace, baby.
Peace.
Yeah. Stop, baby.
Peace and
Bye-bye.
love.
Bye, guys.
Bye.